Happy Friday, Caleb. It is Friday, the 5th of June. Oof. Year's almost half gone already. Oh boy. Oh well. Time flies when you're having fun, right? Speaking of having fun, today's drink is another one of these kombuchas, but this time with Supergirl branding. If you're a James Gunn fan, if you like the last Superman, there's a little Supergirl cameo at the end, which I found to be super annoying. I don't think this new Supergirl is going to be that good, but what do I know? Could be that it tanks. Could be that it bombs at the box office. Because it seems like all the kids want these days is YouTuber movies. Or YouTuber directors, maybe. I don't know. I saw an interesting article I sent over to you that was about, the title was something like, the YouTube to Hollywood pipeline is nothing new. Oh, that's going to foam over. Oh boy. A little foamy. The YouTuber to Hollywood pipeline is nothing new. 10 years ago, oh man, I forget his actual name. The guy that goes by Pony Smasher on YouTube. Whoa, sour. It's good though. Yeah, oh man, I can't believe I'm blanking on his name now. But anyway, you know who I mean. He directed Lights Out and Annabelle Creation and the two Shazam movies. And most recently, Until Dawn, I think it was called, which was a perfectly fine little Hollywood horror video game adaptation. But what was most interesting about that for me was that it kind of introduced me to who I think is going to be a big new talent, Odessa Azion. Not sure how you pronounce her name, but anyway, she was also in the recent A24 film Marty Supreme, which I got from the library on 4K, and then I didn't end up having time to watch it, and it was overdue, and I had to return it. So I'll get back to that one. But yeah, so Mr. Pony Smasher, he made a viral YouTube short. Back in the day, it was YouTube and Vimeo. But he makes this viral YouTube short film, which he ended up making a feature-length version of called Lights Out. And it went on to success in Hollywood. Cool story, right? But let me tell you a cool story about another viral success. Young wonderkind, young guy who made a big splash and went to Hollywood, but didn't quite have a happy ending? Question mark. Anyways, way back in 1938, the horror sensation War of the Worlds radio broadcast was what you might call at the time a viral sensation, right? And a young Orson Welles was immediately snapped up by Hollywood. They gave him a blank check, basically, to make his first feature film, which you and I know as Citizen Kane, which I have the Criterion 4K disc on my shelf over there, which I'm too lazy to get up and grab. Anyways, Citizen Kane, for many, many years was ranked as the greatest American film, you know, and then it was replaced by, trying to remember if it was replaced immediately by Vertigo or if there's another one in between. But anyway, for many, many years, I think a Sight and Sound film poll had Citizen Kane as the greatest American film ever made, and then it was Vertigo. And then it must not be just American because now it's, God damn it, Jean Dielman by, I've got the memory of a goddamn goldfish. Anyways, now it's a female director, finally. But, you know, Jean Dielman, good movie, slow cinema classic. Anyways, that's all beside the point. Orson Welles got into Hollywood, and instead of making a horror film, his first film was a vicious satire against the oligarchs of his day, which he fictionalized as Charles Foster Kane, but it was somebody Hearst, who owned the Hearst newspapers. A lot of people make the analogy of the Hearst paper empire being something like the Murdoch's Fox News empire of today. Kinda. Not really. But it just got me thinking of what these young guys are kind of going to do for Hollywood. You know, these young YouTube directors. I feel like they all really, 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 really want to make it, you know, in Hollywood. Maybe I'm wrong, but whereas Orson Welles really wanted to make art. He essentially bit the hand that feed him, and it cost him. He only made a couple of pictures in Hollywood, each of them meeting with less and less success, both in the box office and, crazily enough, at the time, amongst the critics. You can see one of his greatest films of all time directly behind me, the poster anyway, Lady from Shanghai, which was brutally recut by the studios after he turned in the film. But I still think, even, you know, after all that, it's one of the most brilliant films ever, and probably one of my favorite, obviously one of my favorite films, but easily one of my favorite film noirs of all time. Excellent picture. Amazing movie. Saturated with a viciousness. He was a very, I don't know that angry young man is the right word, but he very much had a satirical edge to him, especially Lady from Shanghai, a vicious streak, vendetta almost against, at that time, Columbia studio head Henry Cohen? Something Cohen. And who's kind of parodied by the husband lawyer character in the film, which, wouldn't you know it, name escapes me at the moment. But yeah, no, the film was kind of a big fuck you to Hollywood, and got him kicked right the fuck out of Hollywood. And so I wonder to myself, are any of these young YouTubers gonna do anything at all with teeth, you know? Are they gonna do anything interesting? Because, like, I'm sure the Backrooms and Obsession and all that are interesting in their own way, but I don't know. Film as a subversive art, I feel, is becoming more and more of a lost art, if you will. I don't know. Not much more articulate than that this morning. So anyway, speaking of lost art, the only film I watched this week was the new Pixar movie Hoppers, which I'd heard good things about. You know, I saw good reviews of it. I found it terrible. Like, there's some cute little animals in bits, you know, but good Lord, terrible writing. It just was to the point of just incomprehensibly dull. I don't know. It's just felt like they were trying to hit plot points, you know, and just kind of got there. However, like, nothing seemed to really all gel that well for me. It was so bad. I just can't believe it that a once former, I say I can't believe it. I can't believe it. What goes up must come down. So Pixar had a good run, and now they are just kind of slop like the rest of them. Sucks. Anyway, highly recommend? No. The Beaver Picture, as my wife and I were calling it with our best Julianne Moore Big Lebowski accent. But not good. Not good. I felt a lot like they were ripping off kind of anime style of animation, like the movement of the characters and even the character design a bit. I commented to my wife, I was like, do these guys look kind of Studio Ghibli ripoff? And she's like, oh yeah, this is just a crappy version of Pompoko, which I have not seen before, but apparently that is a Studio Ghibli movie about raccoons. So crazy. The original is raccoons. The American version is beavers. I don't know. I'd have preferred raccoons. Anyways, have not seen much else interesting. I did get from the library a bunch of films that I need to catch up on. I got Oz Perkins' The Blackcoat's Daughter, which has a commentary track, which I'm eager to listen to. And yeah, we'll see. Hopefully, get my monthly film going sooner than last month. Last month was kind of a screw up on my part, but I noticed that your short films have been going really well, getting relatively good views. I know a couple hundred views is nothing huge, but for us, I feel like that's pretty good. So congrats on that. Anyways, I'll wrap it up, keep it short this Friday, and say have a good week. Check out our sponsor today, Supergirl, or don't. I can't really stand James Gunn. And yeah, go check out some more Orson Welles films. The original viral young Hollywood director. Cheers. It's sour.